It is now week 4 of me making videos and posting them on YouTube at least once every week. And today's topic is actually something that I knew I wanted to talk about for quite a while now, because it's something that even for myself, I feel like there's moments where I still need to really put it into practice, if that makes sense. Before we actually get onto the video, I just wanted to say first and foremost that I'm so grateful for the love on last week's video. I was not expecting it at all. When I got the first comment of someone sharing how, you know, it really resonated with them and it really helped them out to get stuff, that I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I got so emotional. I started telling my friends about like, oh my god, I can't believe something I did actually help someone. I was just, I was so emotional about it. And then more comments started coming in of people saying like, oh, I needed to hear this, or, you know, I was actually having a really hard time doing something, and your video helped me like get it done. And I'm like, guys, oh my god. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that there's people out there who did resonate with something that I made and talked about. And I'm really grateful that it really helped them practically in their life. And I don't know, it made me feel really fulfilled in a way. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for the love on that video. So today's topic is, I feel like it's a little bit different, maybe, from the previous stuff that I've talked about. Mostly because I will admit, it's really inspired by the new Super Bowl performance by Bad Bunny, by Benito. The main idea that I want to share with this is because of something he said towards the start of the Super Bowl performance, saying, "Si yo estoy aquí en el Super Bowl 60 es porque nunca dejé de creer en mí. Y tú también deberías de creer en ti. Vales más de lo que piensas." I'm probably gonna add direct subtitles to what that means on the video, but just in case you're like doing something else while watching, what that means is if I'm here today at Super Bowl, it's because I never ever stopped believing in myself. And you should believe in yourself as well. You're worth so much more than you even realize. That's basically what it translates to. So the first time that I saw that was actually on Instagram, which, again, I told myself I wasn't gonna scroll so much this year, and I'm trying to put in that effort to, you know, when I notice I'm doom scrolling, to stop. But I did find the performance first on Instagram, and it was him saying this, and then I went and watched the YouTube video of the full show, and this just really settled it for me. That if you don't believe in yourself above anything else, how can you expect others to believe in you? This can go for anything. It can go for, you know, your potential, or, you know, just believing in what you do in general, and in the things that you say, and in your authenticity. Like, genuinely, how can you expect for other people to put their faith on who you are and in what you do and in what you stand for if you don't put in that effort yourself? That's where I think so many people end up sort of betraying themselves and really abandoning themselves when it comes to their authenticity and doing something that they care about. It sounds so corny when people say like, oh, just believe in yourself, but it is true. When you apply that to your life, you can see in practicality, you can see that materialize and make sense even in the way that you approach yourself. So even when other people can't have faith in you or can't have faith in themselves, at least you know you do. And that in itself can oftentimes be the reason why you keep going, even when things look like they're rock bottom. Everybody, at least I think everybody had dreams as a kid. And usually the things that we know we wanted to do when we were little, even if they feel unachievable now, they had some sense in them when we were kids. I genuinely believe that the things that we dreamt about when we were kids are some direct reflections of our souls and of what we really want to do deep down. And sometimes we tell ourselves, oh no, it wouldn't work out. Oh no, I wouldn't really do that anymore. But deep down, we know the specific aspects of that childhood dream that still makes us crave it. And you know, the reason why I started thinking about this was because I've noticed so many times that we can sort of have an expectation that in order to achieve our dreams, we need to get lucky, or we need to have external opportunities come in, either given to us by an external like person or an organization, you know, something like that. But what this phrase, what this message says to me is that by believing in yourself, you can create your own opportunities whenever the world doesn't present them to you. So even if you don't get that job offer, like that specific job offer, or even if you don't get casted by that specific agency, you know, like things like that, that we sort of tell ourselves are what, like the things that are gonna make our dreams come true. By believing in yourself first and foremost, you kind of end up adopting a mindset where success is the only option. Success is the only outcome that I will accept. And that's such a powerful mindset to have, because even if things take time, even if things take extra effort or extra preparation, if the world doesn't directly give us the opportunities that we think are going to get us where we need to be, we will create those opportunities for ourselves. I do recognize that this is a very optimistic point of view, but there's the thing. If you don't believe in yourself and if you don't believe in the things that you're doing, who else will? How can you expect anyone else to believe in your potential if you don't believe in it yourself? And, you know, I think it's kind of needless to say that all of these messages from all of these videos that I've made so far, they're always in some way interlinked. So even if you don't know the specific path that you're on, even if you don't know what your outcome is going to be, if you don't even know where specifically you want to get to, but you do have a general idea of who you want to be, then it's through taking risks, it's through believing in yourself, through being authentic, through having audacity to just do things. Those are the mindsets that are essentially going to turn you into someone who naturally attracts exactly the things that you want, or better. If you don't believe in yourself, then every minor setback will become a reason for you to want to give up. But why would you do that? Why would you do that? If you genuinely know that you want to achieve those things, and if you genuinely know that you want to be that specific person, that successful person, or, you know, whatever it is that you dream about, then you need to be able to believe in yourself so that you keep going. And I think I said this in my last video as well, where sometimes you need to make the wrong moves. Sometimes you need to, you know, be imperfect in your journey so that you can be redirected to the outcome that's actually meant for you. And that's why I think it's so heartbreaking when, you know, sometimes you see even the most talented people or the most skilled people you've ever met, and even they struggle to believe that they can achieve the things that they want. And I don't know, it's just something about that, at least for me, makes me think that I don't want to allow myself to miss out on the things that I know that I want to do simply because I couldn't believe in myself. And that's why I'm like reinforcing the idea that I genuinely believe all of us have potential. Every single one of us has potential. It's just a matter of having faith in it, and having faith that even if things go wrong, that you'll find a way to make it happen. But, you know, I don't blame people for struggling to find that faith, because in a way it is blind faith. It is kind of like, you know, I think I mentioned this in the last video as well, where it's kind of like a fear of the unknown in a way, because you're taking a risk. You're taking a very big risk. You don't know how things are going to play out, and that's terrifying. But isn't it better to know that at least not only did you try, but that you're still trying and that you're still fighting for it, than to have given up simply because you didn't believe in it? Because that, like, something as simple as that I do think it can turn out to be the defining factor between whether you make it or not. The amount of people who I've seen talk about, be like the average white man, where you might not be the most qualified, you might not be the most perfect candidate, but you were the one who had the most audacity. And that's what's going to get you selected. Sometimes the most average candidates to a job or to a position or whatever, but the most average candidates make it simply because they believed in themselves and they had that audacity to at least give it a shot. So why wouldn't you give it a shot? Even if you feel unprepared, even if you feel underqualified, why wouldn't you believe that you can at least give it a try and keep trying until it works? I hope that this video helps in some way, because I will say there are moments where even I struggle to understand it. There are moments where I feel super hopeful and I'm like, yeah, I know that I can do it and I'll just keep trying. There are other moments where I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. Everything is so uncertain, and the world, like the state of the world, is so unstable. The job market is so unstable. Okay, but because the world is kind of like in a state where it keeps giving you blank pages, shouldn't that be motivation to write your own story rather than follow like a script that was already presented to you? I really hope that makes sense. I hope that what I'm trying to convey here makes sense. Isn't it better in a way to not know what's coming next so that you can make whatever you want out of it, rather than, you know, knowing how your life's gonna end and just following that without questioning it? That's what I think. That's the kind of mindset that I have. So yeah, I'll say again, and I'll keep saying it for the millionth time, that if you don't believe in yourself first and foremost, who else will? Nobody else will, and you can't expect that from anybody else. So the only option is to believe in yourself first and foremost. Otherwise, how do you also expect to find the audacity within yourself to do those things that you say that you want to do? I will also say, though, I do think that there's other factors that come into this conversation of believing in yourself. You know, I think that one of the factors to why so many people struggle to believe in their potential is because they think that their own worth is defined by things that are external. It's either defined by things that you do or the quality of your work or things like that, rather than knowing and trusting that their worth is something that they already have within. And that's the thing. If you don't feel worthy, then of course you're going to struggle to believe that you can even make it in the first place. But that's why you also do need to adopt the mindset that your worth is something that you already have within you. But I feel like that's something I could probably talk about in a separate video, because it's a whole like topic in itself, I guess. I really do hope that this video can be helpful for some people, because I know that I need this memo from time to time. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see ya.